Hey guys, this is going to be another tutorial video. I'm going to teach you how to use percussion sounds in Logic Pro to fill out your drum beat. This is a splice loop, just have a listen. One thing you can do, and this depends on the style of production you want to build in your song, is to add percussion. And you can get a lot of free percussion sounds in Logic Pro. So for example, this little percussion that I programmed for this drum beat, just have a listen to that. Kind of sounds weird on its own, but adding it to the mix of the drums makes it sound a bit cool. So I'm going to show you two things right now. One is to where to find the free Logic Pro percussion sounds, and two is how you might want to go and program a percussion loop. So where the percussion sounds are, go to Track, New Software Instrument Track, and open up your library. You see percussion here, it's a separate category, and we have different types. We have coffee shop percussion, Latin percussion, studio percussion, producer kits, and performance patches. I usually pop up the studio. It just happens to be the best for my genre. If you want to dial more on the specific sounds and level those sounds, you can go to producer kits, and you can actually go to the Studio Plus or any other type of vibe you're looking for. So Studio Plus is what I used here and called it Perc. So I can say Perc example. And what I do is usually, I'm just going to mute this one. I'm going to add a region by changing my tool to a pencil, clicking and adding a region and then extending it here. Double click into the editor and then you use a paintbrush tool or pencil tool to add little regions. If you zoom in, the names will start to show up on the left here. So if I zoom out of this by just holding Option and scrolling out of my keyboard, notice how I don't know where things are. I can go to my MIDI keyboard and start finding the things, right? But I don't know the names. So you have to zoom in on Logic in the piano roll editor to get the names. And then either start programming little things in right away or just have a go at it with what you hear. Like pick something you like maybe this bongo low stick or bongo high stick. Play over the drums and just record something. Quantize that. So quantize that by an eighth note. Highlight all these or Command A. Go over here to quantize by eighth note. So now that's locked in. Sounds like this. Don't worry too much about the levels of sounds right now. We can fix that later. And then work on something else. Maybe you hear a little bit of triangle or maybe this castanets. Castanets, that's a cool word. So I'm going to record over that now. Press R. Have a little bit of that. Quantize it again. Maybe put some triangle in, or maybe do a little bit of a melodic touch, like a little trill. So I'm just going to find the place, recording it over. And highlight those notes or highlight everyone and quantize that. Sounds like this now without the drums. Sounds weird on its own, right? But adding the drums in. And if you're not thrilled with the sounds, go close down your editor, open up your library again, and just see what the retro sounds like. Click on retro, it won't change your pattern. It's just going to change the actual drum sounds, and have a listen to what that sounds like. That sounds kind of cool, right? It's a bit more, there's more distortion in there. Also, be wary of the velocities. I just lowered the volume, but I notice some of the velocities are really high. So you can go down and clean up the velocities on everything by either highlighting them all by Command A and lowering them all down, or one at a time. As you guys know, if you've been, this isn't your first Logic tutorial, you know I like to have the velocity tool in my right click. So I can right click on a MIDI note, drag down, and that changes the velocity for me very quickly. I can do that. Here's a video on how to add a synth pad. It's a tutorial I've done. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions in the comments. As always, I hope to see you in the next video.
I can be a love song.